In this stopwatch and timer tutorial, we will be completing the timer page. And so we're going to make it so that we can change how long the timer will last. And also, we will also make it so that the timer also counts down. And so that's what we're going to do in this video. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so now here's the code. And if you want to know the circuit and the other code that I have written before, go back in the other tutorials. I'll explain all that in the other tutorials. But now I'm going to be explaining the things that I have upgraded. And so basically there is only one more variable that I have added, and that is last millis 3 for us to detect how long we have been out of an if statement. That's the only change that we have made on this code, and in the rest of the code that I have changed is on page 2. Okay, so now here is page 2, and this is the only function right here that we have upgraded in this video. This completes all of page 2, adds the functionality and everything. And so we scroll down a little bit here. It says if bd.onoff2, basically if it's equal to true, which means we have fully pressed and let go of a button to come into this statement, and bd.selector pos or selector position does not equal 0. So basically, if we are pressing button 2 while we're in page 2, that means we want to go ahead and increment one of the numbers that we are pointing the selector at. But if selector is equal to 0, that means we shouldn't come to this statement because the selector is not pointing at a specific number. But if it's not equal to 0, which that means this is true, if it's not, then it will come to this statement because we could be pointing at hours, minutes, or seconds. So if we all point out something, and we pressed button 2, then we need to come into this statement and increment one of these numbers, depending on which number the selector is pointing at. So here is the first function here, and it's if selector pos equals 1. So if it's equal to 1, that means we're pointing at the hours. Okay, so if the selector is pointing out the hours and we have pressed button 2, then we want to come into this statement, and we need to say if time MSG 0, which is for the slots in the array of time 0 where the hours is stored, and it's less than 24, then come into this statement. Because that means if it's less than 24, then we can increment to a higher number because it's lower than 24. 24 is the maximum number that we want to increment to. After that, then we don't need to increment it. We need to turn it back to 0. So if it's not equal to 24, it's lower than that, then we'll come in here and increment the hours. But if it's not and it's equal to 24, then we'll come in here into this else statement and we make it equal to 0. And we somewhat do the same thing with this right here. All we say is if selector pos equals 2, that means the selectors are pointing at minutes, and we want to come into this statement, and we say if time MSG 1, which is for the minutes, is less than 59, then come into this statement. Okay, and if this is less than 59, then we increment it because we can go higher. But if it's not, then we'll come in here and set it equal to 0. And then we do the same thing with when the selector is pointing at the seconds. We make sure it's less than 59, and if it is, then we increment it. If it's not, then we make it equal to 0 and start it back over. And so that is how we are able to increment the numbers and set the specific time on how long the timer will last. So now we come down here to this if statement, and this if statement right here is responsible to count down the amount of time that we have set in this if statement right here. So what we do is say if millis minus last millis 3. So this is where we use last millis 3. As you may know if you have watched the other tutorials, this will give us the time on how long we have been out of this if statement, because every single time we come into this statement, last millis 3 will be equal to millis, giving us the specific number of millis whenever we were in this if statement. So we know how long we've been out of this if statement. And we're going to see if it's greater than 1,000, which is basically 1 second. And so if we have been out of this if statement for 1 second, then this is true and we need to come into this statement. And if selector pos is equal to 0. Basically meaning as long as we're at 0, we can count down with the timer. But if selector pos is not equal to 0, that means we are changing the time. And while we're changing the time on our timer, we don't want to be counting down. So that's what this if statement does. And so then we need to make sure if the hours and the minutes and the second values are not equal to 0. Because if they're not equal to 0, that means one of these are equal to something. And we have ands right here to make sure that as long as one of these are equal to a number, we can come into this statement. But if all of them are equal to 0, then we're not going to come into this statement, because we're not going to want to decrease something or continue the timer if all the numbers are equal to 0. That means time's up, we're over, we're done. Okay, we don't want to go to the negative value of our time, a negative value on our timer. So if this is false, all this is false, then we're just going to skip this part and come right out of this statement. Nothing will happen. But if it's true, one of these are equal to something, then we'll come into this statement and we're going to start counting down the timer. So we would do here is say if time MSG2, which is the seconds, is greater than 0, then we need to come to this statement. Because if it's greater than 0, that means we have a number to decrease on seconds. So we need to decrease the seconds. So go ahead and decrease it. And so then we say else, if this is false, basically mean if the seconds is equal to 0, then we want to come into this else statement, and we're going to say if BD timer MSG1, which is where the value of the minutes is going to be held, is greater than 0, then come to this statement. So it's kind of the same thing that we've done up here, but now it's in the else statement of this if statement. And so basically, if this is true, basically mean if minutes, the value of minutes does equal to like 5 or something above 0, then we want to come to this statement, make the seconds value equal to 59, because whenever we have 0 on seconds, we want to roll over the next value. Okay, we're going to decrease minutes. As you can see right here, we decrease the value of minutes. All right, but if this is false, then we come to this else statement, and we go ahead and see if timer MSG 0, which is for the hours, is greater than 0. Basically mean if the hours is greater than 0, that means we can subtract, as you already know, and we come in here and subtract it. And if this is the case, if we do subtract the hours, then we want to add the full maximum for the minutes and the full maximum for the seconds. All right, because as you know with the clock, timer clock, after the hours goes away, we decrease 1 hour, then the minutes and the seconds are fully added to full max. So after this, we come out of this if statement and make last millis 3 equal to millis. And that's all we do here. We come right out of this if statement, and this will complete our timer. So basically, guys, now we'll go ahead and look at our project. Okay, so now here is the project. So basically, as you have seen before, we have the timer and the stopwatch. And so to choose which one we want, we press this button, which we're going to choose timer in this case. So we're going to press here, and the cursor, as you can see, are blinking, the selectors. So now we'll go ahead and press the second button, and this will bring us to the timer page. So now if we want to change these numbers, which is hours, minutes, and seconds, then we go ahead and press the button right here. As you can see, the selector starts changing, and then if we press the second button, we can start incrementing the number. Now this would increment all the way up to 24. Once it goes to 24, then we'll go back to 0. Okay, and so now we can go to the next one, and then we can start incrementing the minutes. So we're just going to increment it to 2. This will go all the way up to 59, and then it's going to go back to 0 after it reached to 59. Then we go ahead and go here, and we're going to increment the seconds. And then we go ahead and just move the selector away, and it will start counting down. And so basically that is our timer. This will count down all the way to 4 hours and 4 minutes. So basically, guys, if you like this video, consider giving this video a like. Also comment down below if you have any questions, and consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all, and have a great day. Bye.